Hello there, and welcome to episode 17 of the TEW 2016 Challenge Run. This is not the go-home show to WrestleMania. It's actually 2 weeks before WrestleMania, Monday Night Raw, week 4 of March, and let's just dive straight into it. We start with Drew McIntyre coming to the ring with a microphone in his hand. And he's bragging, basically calling himself the new legend killer because he broke Kurt Angle to the point where he's now contemplating retirement, and he wishes luck to Braun Strowman and to Babatunde in their goal to rid Raw of Kurt Angle. But now he's seemingly defeated and also broken John Cena after he pinned him last week in the tag match. That's when Seth Rollins comes out and he's like, "You didn't retire, John. You beat him because of a distraction by Brock Lesnar. Brock got in my head. I'm willing to admit I let my guard down, but next time I see Brock, I promise you it won't happen again. And if that didn't happen, then you wouldn't have beaten us last week. And to prove that, hey, why don't we have a match in the main event tonight? And I'll prove you that your win wasn't a fluke and that you're not better than everyone else. You're just average." And Drew's like, "Okay, you're on." So that is a match that we will see in the main event tonight. Seth Rollins one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. We then get the first of two fatal four-ways involving the people in these tag teams. It's actually Zack Ryder who scores the win here. He gets the win over Dash Wilder with the Rough Rider. And Zack with a huge win here. He was the weak link, but hey, you've got to try and get him up somehow. We then get, this would be, because it would say the second fatal four-way would be straight after the first one, go to an advert break, but before we get to that match, we get a quick promo from Sasha and Bayley talking about their Raw final with the Riot Squad later on tonight and how they're going to win. They're going to beat either Kyrie and Io or Carmella and Lana in the final, go on to WrestleMania, beat Peyton and whoever to become the women's tag team champions because they're the Boss and Hug connection and they're legit. We then get the next fatal four-way match. Kurt Hawkins not as lucky as his partner Zack Ryder because he's the one who actually takes the pinfall here from Apollo Crews. I believe after the match guess I didn't put the angle in, but there would be a 4-on-4 brawl with Apollo and Lashley standing tall, with Lashley showing off his bum, but apparently I didn't book that in, but I'm not going to go a week without showing off Lashley's bum, so just pretend it's there. Anyway, addressing what's the pictures on your screen here, Tyler Breeze comes out with Taynara Conti and Aaliyah, who I guess became sort of his valets, the Breeze heads or whatever, last week. And he says, he tells Alexa that she had her chance and she blew it. And now Breeze is with people who want to be with him and aren't just gold diggers like she would have been coming after him after he won the IC title at Mania. And tells Alexa to come out here now to face these two women. Or one of them. Alexa says she's not dumb. She knows what Breeze has planned here. And it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation for her, regardless of whether he said it's 1-on-1 or not. So, with the women's tag titles coming around, a lot of people have been looking around for friends and allies to team up with, and Alexa thinks she's found one of the very best. That being Candice LeRae from NXT. She's here, maybe on a one-night deal, maybe permanent, depending on how Alexa get on. But she's going to team up with Alexa tonight as they beat Taynara and Aaliyah. And Alexa gets her revenge once and for all on Tyler Breeze and his two valets. I feel like there should probably be some sort of name for them I'm not thinking of, like that goes with the Tyler Breeze character. But until I can think of what that is, they're just going to be called valets. We then get the Riot Squad segment, similar to the one earlier on with Sasha and Bayley, talking about how they're going to cause destruction, blah, 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 and that they were the real team. They were a team before these tag titles got here. They're pretty much made for them, and when they win tonight and win at WrestleMania, they're going to cause a riot and take the women's tag division under their wing and destroy anyone who comes in their path. We then get more Battle Royal hype with 6 men who are going to be part of the Battle Royal at WrestleMania. It's Elias, Baron Corbin and Jinder, who pick up the win over Wyatt, Ziggler and Rhino. And Elias gets the win over Rhino because of Heath Slater and Dragon Aisu getting involved. His roadies. This did okay, actually. I thought this was going to do a lot worse. Rhino actually held his own with everyone else. After the match, we get standard Royal Rumble segment, but with a Battle Royal, where Elias would be holding his hands up in victory, and Corbin would run from behind, toss him over the top rope, and be like, yeah, I'm going to win, every man for himself, blah, blah, blah. And then Jinder would come from behind and toss Baron Corbin over the top rope, and be like, oh, I'm going to win the Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Shanti. And just standard hype for the Battle Royal, because it's the people who aren't doing anything, just give them something to do. Speaking of people who aren't doing anything, just to give them something to do, we get this tag match here, because we need to fill time. It's Lacey and Mickey who get the win over Titus Worldwide, with Lacey scoring the pinfall over Dana Brooke. Not really much else to it. Vince himself then comes to the ring. He's like, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out here for a purpose. There is a young man on Raw I would like to speak to. And he's like, come on out, Finn Balor. Finn comes to the ring. It's like, Vince, I didn't realise you wanted to speak to me. Why are we doing this in front of the world? Why couldn't we do this in private? And Vince's like, no, this is something I very much want the entire WWE universe to hear. He says, you see, last week, my son-in-law, Triple H, he came to me. He propositioned an Intercontinental Championship triple threat match for WrestleMania. It'll be yourself, Finn, defending against Dean Ambrose and against Tyler Breeze. And this is the same Dean Ambrose who says he's going to be leaving WWE after WrestleMania. And no offense to Tyler Breeze, he's a head of a competitor. If I have to pick any superstar on my roster who I would choose to defend my championship and stop Dean Ambrose leaving with my championship, Tyler Breeze, he wouldn't exactly be my top choice. And quite frankly, Finn, neither would you. And Finn's getting really offended. He's like, Finn, so we've been through this. Last time you said you didn't believe in me, or you won the match with Brock Lesnar. And Finn's like, yeah, but I was right to not believe in you to beat Brock Lesnar because, well, I don't see you standing here with the Universal Championship right now. You see, Finn, you wouldn't be my top choice to defend my championship, but I know deep down inside you got that demon inside you, Finn. I want you to bring it out. And then Vince would slap him in the face, trying to get him angry, like, bring him out, Finn. Bring out the demon at WrestleMania and save my championship and save your job. And Finn's getting all calm. He's like, I don't really want to bring it out. I want to try and prove that I'm as good as I am with or without the demon. And if I don't have the pain, I'll still be able to do the job for you. And I don't need the demon to win. And just stuff like that. Finn's reluctant to bring the demon out, but Vince is really pestering. He's like, God damn it, pal. I bring the demon out and save my championship, or you're fired. So Finn now has been propositioned by Big Vinnie Mac himself that if he doesn't bring the demon out and win at WrestleMania, he'll be fired. 1-on-1, Kurt Angle and Babatunde. Kurt gets the win by disqualification because Braun comes in and joins with Babatunde to beat up Kurt Angle. But then after the match, they continue to batter him inside the ring. And then they toss him to the outside. And he'd be laid out on the floor. And Babatunde would take the top off the announce table. And Braun would grab Kurt by the straps, screaming in his face like, "Got any last words?" Or something like that. Kurt is just out, so he can't respond. And then Braun would get him up for a running power slam, looking to hit him through the announce table with it. When all of a sudden, out from the back, storms Kurt Angle's son, who we haven't seen in over a year, Jason Jordan. Babatunde would sort of look to cut him off at the ramp, but Jordan would just sprint down, and with the speed and the momentum he's got, clothesline, taking the big man down. He'd then run up to Braun Strowman, who has Kurt on his shoulder, and start wailing away at him with right hands, allowing Kurt to slip down the back, and get Braun up for an angle slam, and slam the Monster Among Men through the announce table. And then Jordan and Kurt would share a father-son hug, and Kurt appears to have found backup in his family to stop the two monsters come WrestleMania. Here is the women's tag match, and it's Sasha and Bayley who get the win over the Riot Squad, and they'll move on to the finals, which will take place next week on Raw against the winner of the SmackDown side, where the winner will face Peyton Royce and whoever replaces Billie Kay at WrestleMania. We then get the women's segment. I haven't really written anything up for this because it would just be Ronda would come out bragging about how she beat Charlotte at Fastlane and how Becky's gonna get the shit beat out of her for real because fuck the script, blah blah blah. We're not actually doing that. Ronda would just be like, I'm a real... She could still use her actual fighting background and say Becky hasn't got a chance against her because she has no idea what she's stepping in the ring with. And Becky would come out and say, well, Ronda may have been in the ring with a lot of these fighters, but she's never been in the ring with somebody as focused and determined as me. I'm not only fighting for myself, I'm fighting for the entire WWE because you're an outsider who came in, waltzed to the top and were handed everything you were given. Haven't earned anything, whereas I've been fighting for years to get this opportunity. I'm not just going to sit back and let you walk straight through me like you have everyone else. And WrestleMania, you'll be in the fight of your life. They'd have the stare down, WrestleMania sign looming in the background, because that's always a nice shot to grab for the video package, the closing shot of the video package. No physicality. We'd actually have security and shit run out that would have been sent by one of the McMahons to preserve the WrestleMania main event. In a shit main event, Seth Rollins defeats Drew McIntyre with, it says a pedigree, but a curb stomp, because John Cena comes back and gets involved in the story and distracts Drew. And just like Brock Lesnar did with Seth Rollins last week, Seth gets the win thanks to John Cena distracting Drew McIntyre. And then after the match, John Cena would slide into the ring, give Drew an AA, and shouts, "I ain't going nowhere!" Points to WrestleMania sign, slaps the turnbuckles, throws his hat off, slaps kids, hands, kisses babies, hugs fat girls, and the show ends as a 82B. And with that week main event really brought it down, I thought. But other than that, a lot of stuff was advanced here on this show. And we'll see how much that continues heading into SmackDown Live.